Hello, everyone. Welcome to COEX Talk. We are very happy to have Paola Felix with us, who she will introduce herself in a bit and will talk to us about music, nature and kids. So, Paola, I'll leave it up to you to tell us a little bit more about yourself, how you got involved in this topic, and a little bit about who you are overall and why you think this is a topic that everyone should be concerned about or listen to more or educate themselves on it. So,
Um, okay, so hi everyone. My name is Paola Felix. I am a music therapist. I'm a board certified music therapist. And well, this topic is about music, nature, and kids. And I'm going to talk about a little bit of each one individually and then how all of them combine to make like a big goal that I have for myself and,
mhm.
of course, for the environment and the planet. Um, So I just want to start off with some thoughts. When we as adults use our skills to educate kids about the planet, we're actually helping to shape younger generations that love and care about the environment. And
Mhm.
in my case, I want to use music as my tool to provide, environmental education and teach kids about um, just basically how to love nature and how to enjoy being around nature and of course take care of the environment. And well, today just want to share with you about how my path has led me to care about the environment, uh,
Mhm.
and also like how I wanted to do something, how I want to take action and use my skills, to work on this. So just a little bit about me. I was born in El Paso, but I was raised in Juarez. So I
Mhm.
lived there, until I was 18, and then I moved to El Paso to start college. I started at UTEP. The It was the music performance major, but then I found out about music therapy. That is actually a degree. So, um, you know, that was like a big thing for me because it's like music, something that I really love, and helping people. So, you know, there was
Mhm.
actually a career path combining these two things together, and it was an actual profession. So I definitely, I transferred and I moved to Denton, Texas to complete my music therapy degree over there. um, so yeah, it's been uh, 12 years now that I've been living in the US, and I'm currently living in Austin, Texas. I've been here for 3 years, and right now I'm working as a music therapist, but I work with home health care agencies. So
Mhm.
pre-COVID, I would go visit the patients at their houses and provide music therapy services one-on-one. But right now, I'm doing the sessions virtually. So, well, most of them. So it's been, a little bit challenging. It's
Mhm.
been very interesting to uh, make it work, to be able to like share music and sing together or play together virtually. So it's been a challenge, but it's been, it's been a great way to stay safe in this COVID times, and but still, provide those services for the patients.
I want to tell you briefly, like I have heard about sound healing, but never have heard about music therapy. So I think this topic is super interesting because we don't tend to really take into consideration how music overall is a healing art. And so I got really excited when you told me that you were a music therapist because it was like, yeah, it makes sense. Why haven't we? I had never heard about it. So I'm very curious. And I think the rest of the group are going to be curious to know exactly what is music therapy and learn more from it and see how we can also benefit from it, from knowing that this exists. So as you said, I didn't know that there was a degree on it, and it there is. And it's such an important work, and especially I feel right now that a lot of people are going through depression and anxiety with all the COVID crisis. It's important to find ways and tools to maintain ourselves focused on something that could help us mitigate that impact on ourselves. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that out and listen more to your conversation.
Yeah, definitely. And it's something that I get a lot. Like, what does a music therapist do, or what
Hmm.
is therapy? Some people never heard about it, before, and some people like have heard about it, but like are not sure what is it. So
Hmm.
I have a presentation that I would like to share with you guys. Um, let's see, and we can talk about music therapy right there. So let me share it with you. Hold on. Okay. So right here. Okay. Let's see. Can you see it over there? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So, well, yeah, this is the main topic, music, nature, and kids. But yeah, let me just talk briefly about what is music therapy. So, in my own words, music therapy is using music as a tool to work with people with disabilities on non-music skills. So non-music skills would be, working on communication or cognitive, motor, emotional skills, social skills. Um, so basically, I music therapy is very interactive. So I always bring with me my guitar, my keyboard, or small instruments, and it's very interactive. Both patient and the therapist are always like making music together, and it could be I can use different interventions like playing instruments or singing or songwriting, everything that has to do with music therapy that we can work on these goals. So people with disabilities would have strengths and needs, so it's my job to evaluate those strengths and needs and create like music goals towards the needs of that person. So, for instance, with motor skills per se, um, maybe a person needs to work on his like their range of motion, let's say, and they need to work a little bit on like making purposeful movements. I don't know, helping. I need to help the patient to like move their arms a little bit more, let's say. So the way that I can do that in a very simple way, it's like, okay, I can hold the drum, and the goal for the client or the patient is to hold a drumstick and reach towards the drum. So there's a lot of different of small steps that you need to do there. So it's like reaching towards the drumstick and then grasp the drumstick and then make the purposeful movement of hitting the drum. So all of those little details, that's what we work on.
Hmm.
We have a goal and then we break it down in like in small steps so the client can be successful. And overall, the main goal of music therapy is to provide tools for the client or the patient to be more independent or be more confident in his or her skills, and also to thrive in his community.
Hmm. Hmm.
So also the populations that music therapists work with, it's very wide. So
Hmm.
you can work with newborn, infant, toddlers, adolescents, adults, geriatrics, and everywhere that you can think about, like where these populations are, we can work.
Hmm.
So, like hospitals, schools, assisted living facilities, uh,
Wow.
So it's very broad, and it's, but it's, the goals are always tailored to that specific person.
Mm-hmm. Do you have more of a certain age?
Yeah, so right now I'm working more with young adults,
Mm-hmm.
and like the diagnoses are cerebral palsy, uh,
Mm-hmm.
Down syndrome, or they're in the autism spectrum disorder.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what I'm, right now I'm working with young adults.
Oh, that's super interesting.
So yeah, just wanted to share a little bit of what music therapy is.
Mm-hmm.
And well, I don't know if you guys have any questions about music therapy before we move on. All right. Okay, so um now, like I said, I'm gonna talk a little bit of like music, um, music, nature, and kids independently.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna talk about how music has been, an important aspect in my life. So since I was little, music has been like a key for me to connect with myself, connect with others, connect with my environment, and has always helped me to express myself, and definitely has helped me to understand myself a little bit better. Um, and now that I've been, working as a music therapist, has given me a tool to
Mm-hmm.
listen to others, and not only, like everyone has a voice, but
Mm-hmm.
or has something to communicate, or has something that want to share with the others. But not, it's not only like a verbal communication, but it's
Mm-hmm.
like all those nonverbal gestures that, that people give to you, or their choices. They communicate through choices, or through their affect, their facial expressions, and the way they react to certain things.
Mm-hmm.
So music definitely has helped me to find my way and to connect
Mm-hmm.
in different aspects of my life. Um, and then the next one is nature. Um, so since I was little, I grew up in a house where nature was always, um, my parents would always talk about nature, or I would see how they respect and take care of nature. So
Mm-hmm.
my dad, for instance, he's an artist. He paints, so he's always, paying attention to the little details. So like,
Mm-hmm.
look at the colors of the sunset, or look at the colors of these rocks, and like little things, that definitely has helped me to like observe my surroundings, and appreciate definitely like everything that is around me. And my mom, it's always been like la señora de las plantas, no, like,
Yes.
so always like taking care of nature, of the plants and the backyard, and also like she always has like natural remedies for
Yeah.
every single symptom that you have. So those little things
Yeah.
made me like grow up in an environment that I would appreciate and care for nature. And for instance, my when I was living in Juarez, the backyard of my house, that was like one of my favorite places because it was so peaceful. It was full of different trees and plants, and it was just like so quiet and peaceful. Like I always loved to go like after school or after a long day and just sit there and just like take all in and enjoy nature. So, and that's one of the things, right, that we can discover nature right outside our doors.
And I think you have a key component here that your parents were your kind of like your teachers, your first teachers. And one thing right now that we see is that not all of us were lucky enough to have parents that understood this, right? It's like sometimes you're the kid or the younger person teaching older, and it's older people, and it's so hard sometimes to to communicate, as you say, in a very effective way, because I feel like there's opportunity for children and parents to kind of like build that relationship. But once you're older and you want to do it with older populations, it gets really hard.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one thing that a lot of us struggle with our parents is, how do I talk to them and tell them, oh, well, the world is in a very bad condition. It's in very bad conditions, and you should change. And it's like, no, I'm too old to change.
Yeah.
No, I'm already set in my ways. No, you're annoying, right? So I think the key here is that you had really good leadership at home, and it's important that we are trying to educate younger people and tell them that there's people supporting them,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
that the access to outdoors is there, as you say, right around the corner. So, well, in a lot of cases, not, I don't want to say this, but yeah, we have privilege over that too,
Mhm.
because there's a lot of people that do not have access to outdoors. But yes, that connection with a parent, how can we like support them and have conversations without offending anyone for their own habits?
Yeah.
But it's beautiful that you have done it with music, such a
Yeah,
powerful.
and it's something that I've been learning, try to it's something that it's been kind of like forming or shaping, but
Hmm.
it wasn't until like I would say this year that everything is taking, or it's like being a little bit more tangible, or it's
Hmm.
like now forming like really well. Um, but it's definitely, and I will get to that point a little bit later, but it's each one of us have our own skills, our own set of
Hmm.
skills. That's why we're unique. And if we try to use those skills that we've been developing, and maybe without even, or without not, even like noticing it, but we have those skills or those lessons that come from from our homes, from our parents and all that. If we
Hmm.
do that, and we um, help others, maybe like younger generations, to love and care about nature,
Hmm.
then I mean I think that we can create something like really, really strong, like really
Hmm.
strong foundations. Even if, like you said, even if some kids don't have that access at home, or don't know about that, about nature, about climate, about the environment, you know is and I think as like our generation, we can do
Hmm.
a lot for younger generations.
Hmm.
So yeah, this year, like I was saying, it was it's been, of course, it's been very different and kind of difficult for a lot of people. And you know now I have the I'm blessed to be able to work from home, but it's been inside for a long time, so I really enjoy my time outside. I try
Hmm.
to go at least an hour or 45 minutes and just like walk around and enjoy the fresh air for a little bit. um and I love nature and I enjoy being around it, but it's that also is uh I, the worry about climate change and the environmental issues are, it's kind of like growing. So I was thinking, like, what can I do to help? So definitely this year has been a wake up call for me. And
Hmm.
something. And I would be thinking about like, okay, so what can I do? Like, oh yeah, I can do this, and I think about a lot of different ways, but I don't know, like I also needed to do some work on myself and connect
Mhm.
with myself and say, okay, what do I have? Like what skills, what can I do? And um, we'll go back to that question, of what can I do, how can I help, a little bit
Mhm.
later. But for now, I wanted to move on and talk about kids.
Mhm.
So I've been, really lucky to be around kids throughout my life and to work with kids. And so first with my family, I have a big family, and I have 7 nephews and 3 nieces. So I have lots of siblings. So yeah, I I already have like a lot of nieces and nephews, and like see them grow, see them like shape their personality and see how they react to things. And it's been just great. They've been
Mhm.
great teachers for me. And it's you can tell like, oh yeah, this one has like did this kind of like personality trait like my brother, kind of, or you know um, but definitely it's like you cannot compare one with the other, not even if they're siblings. Like everybody's so different, and that's what I've learned, like from seeing my nephews and my nieces grow. Like each one is
Mhm.
so different and so unique. Also, I've had the opportunity to work. um, I was able to work in an elementary school before, so it was like after I graduated um, from music, from my music therapy degree, and I was waiting to take my certification exam
Mhm.
to become like a professional music therapist. So in that time, I was able to work as an assistant of a science teacher in an elementary school. And the coolest thing, like they had a garden in the school.
Mhm.
So you can see in the picture,
Mhm.
chickens, and they had all kinds of plants.
Mhm.
I don't know if the picture is too small, but so yeah, we had like 5 chickens and we had plants, and the kids, like they would love, love, love to go to the garden and be hands on, moving and doing things in the garden. So it was so different, and it was a big impact to see how the kids would work inside a classroom and outside. It
Mhm.
was different, and see how they're, all of them, like everything from them changed
Yeah.
outside. So that was a really big thing for me. It was a really good experience. And now working, and when I was becoming a music therapist, and after becoming a certified music therapist, um, seeing kids and working with them in with music therapy, I go back to the same thing. Everyone is unique and have
Mhm.
their own voice, and they use different ways and the 5 senses to communicate. So for it, like I don't know, a kid would like to move and dance and jump and play the instruments, and some others really enjoy just to like listen and
Mhm.
sit still. So everybody is different and they learn in different ways.
Mhm.
So now I want to talk about these three things combined: music, nature, and kids. So going back to the question of what can I do, how can I help my planet, how can I help the environment, um, I wanted to use music as my tool to educate younger generations and educate them about caring and loving their environment.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm creating, it's still in progress, but I'm creating this project um, that basically, I'm writing songs about nature.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to add some um, animations,
Mm-hmm.
and teach kids about different things about nature and the environment. So, for instance, I have songs about learning concepts and facts about nature, learning about preservation, and also ways to take action. I think that's one of the most important things. How can a kid take action in their environment? Also, like songs about moving. So I um, one of the main things is to encourage kids to go outside, to just explore if possible, uh, to explore and see what they find, to move around, because kids, like most kids, enjoy moving around and just,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how also some kids learn. So so they can explore and even like imitate movements from nature, like how
Mm-hmm.
does a bear walk, or a snake, or how does it feel when the wind hits a tree or something like that? So they can create these movements. Um, Also, sounds about expressing, and I think that's something that it's very important, especially right now. That kids are able to identify and express their emotions and feelings, and that they find ways to basically just communicate how they're feeling,
Mm-hmm.
and that their feelings are validated. Um, and songs about, associating moods with nature. So, how do you feel today? Do you feel like a bright, hot sun in summer, or do you feel like a dry leaf? That, so how can they associate that with like human moods and human behavior?
Mm-hmm.
Or songs about connecting, using your senses, your five senses, to connect with nature. How can you be present? How can you, savor that moment? How can you explore and be curious? And I want to, kind of help kids to explore and be able to find out that nature is a safe place for them to be.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nature care and takes care of for us, takes care
Mm-hmm.
takes good care of us. And uh I would love to have kids feeling that,
Mm-hmm.
to be able to like feel calm, even to learn how to meditate through music, through nature, you know um so yeah, I have this project, and it's developing, and hopefully I'll be able to share with you guys in the near future. But yeah, it's still in the works.
Paola, this is a beautiful project. I'm so in love with it. I was thinking, like, how can we help you out? Like, make it like tangible and real as soon as possible. And not even for kids. I was like, I want to be one of those kids
No, yeah.
experiencing everything. It's so beautiful. Congratulations on such a beautiful way of, um, I don't know, like giving out to this environment, to this planet.
Thank you. Yeah, definitely. I was also thinking about that, like maybe not only for kids, but everybody that is interested,
I
um
would
I think it would
sign
help
up.
us all, to be completely honest.
That's what I was gonna say.
Me included.
okay, yeah.
I think music has healed me and my entire life, but I think of olden times and how everybody used to learn music and be involved with music and a lot of live concerts and classical music, but music, nature, and all that, it's like music reaches into your most deep inner part of
Yeah.
yourself and brings that part of yourself that connects you to nature, or vice versa. Nature has that ability to connect you to your most inner part, your sacredness, God, whatever they believe in, is that connects you to that. And so I think it goes, and children have that ability to do that too. So I think they all go beautifully. My mom tried so many times to put me in music classes, and I wanted to learn, but I've never been able to play anything. And my daughter tells me to sing to her, and I'm like, baby girl, you don't want me to sing to you. But music has been, back then I thought, music can't be a big part of me if I can't play it, but that's not true. Music, I mean, you can sit there and, like you said, I mean, I sit there with my daughter and I try to play the drums with her, and it definitely is healing. So my hat's off to you, lady. What you're doing is beautiful, and one person at a time. Thank you.
Definitely. No, yeah, and I feel like music is not only like playing an instrument and be able to play all these like complex songs. No, it's about appreciating, the sounds around you, appreciating the music that you listen to. Or I mean, if you're not able to carry a tune, it's fine. It doesn't matter. If it makes you happy, sing it. I mean, maybe sing it out. No, just kidding.
Something that I love though, like I think that it's lacking a lot in our generations, especially the newer ones, like finding the right way of communicating and expressing what they are feeling. I mean, I think in a way, kind of millennials, we lost it completely because, I mean, we had helicopter parents, and like we were taught that like we needed to keep our like feelings to ourselves, like especially I guess like culturally as well. It's like it's just like not fine that you are showing your feelings, or like you're not strong enough if you're trying to communicate something. So I think it's a great way of just like educating those newer like generations in order to do that, because again I feel like it did lack in a lot of those generations in which we're trying to deal with a lot of things. And I think that's very like memorable, like in the whole thing that you actually like talked about. So yeah, congratulations on this project. You do need to come back and tell us about it once you're done though.
And another thing I want to add, I have always been interested in music since I was little. I took this class. I'm a Montessori kid, so there was this class where we created our own instruments and made our own like sounds. Tried guitar classes. I'm still like I still wish that I can play the piano, and at some point in my life I'm going to quit everything and just do piano, but I've never played it before. But the quality of music that we're listening to right now, and the lyrics that songs are singing, and the beats, it all has an energy. And unfortunately, I don't feel like there's a lot of people that really understand what good music can do to you. Actually, the other day I sent COEX, the group we have, I sent out Ludovico Einaudi, which is a composer and a pianist. And he studied the decibels and the effects on the human brain. So his music is really played so that it has an effect on the human brain and yourself. So I feel like your project is really much needed, but also that the power of music is like healing, and what we're listening to affects us on a daily basis. Because even when we're sad, I tend to put sad music. If I'm super happy, I'll play Michael Bublé all day. So it's like, what we need to make people conscious that the music that we're also listening to and singing and enjoying or not enjoying affects us. So yeah, your project is super powerful, and we look forward to helping you out in any possible way and learning more from it.
Thank you. And definitely it's it's I feel like music is an experience that is something that each one experienced differently. And for instance, with my patients, you cannot imagine how many songs I need to learn from them, to play with them. Just everybody is so different. Like right now, I'm playing Christmas songs already with one of my patients. I don't know, the other one like Tigres del Norte, so I'll play it. So yeah, so you cannot imagine, like it's so different, and the way they react, and it's true. If we are happy, we try to match our mood with the music that we listen to. Or if we feel kind of sad but we want to feel happy, we kind of like transition towards a happier song.
Yeah.
Like that. So even if we're not very like aware, we're always like we always feeling something. But it's difficult to identify what we're feeling. So music is a really good way. Like, why am I listening to this song right now? Or why am I been listening to this for a whole week? So like maybe, you can reflect upon that and say, and think, well, yeah, I mean, maybe I'm feeling a little bit down this week, or I'm feeling like super energetic and like a bright hot sun in summer. So yeah, it's so this is the project. That's the idea, and hopefully I will be able to share with you guys pretty soon. And now that we were talking about the five senses and try to connect and all that, I wanted to. Do we still have time to for me to play a little song?
Yes, do it.
Okay, so this is one of the songs that I made for like for the project, and this one, I feel like it's like a getting ready to go outside and to kind of to help the kid to feel grounded and to think about their five senses. So it goes like this. It's in English and Spanish because, of course, I did all of them in English and Spanish. Go outside, take a look around, open your eyes and look at the sky, open your ears, listen to the birds, smell the flowers and touch the grass, take a deep breath of fresh air. Good job, Anna. Now in Spanish. Sal al parque que hay alrededor, abre tus ojos y mira al cielo, abre tus oídos, escucha al pájaro cantar, huele las flores y toca el pasto, respira profundo el aire fresco.
¡Bravo!
¡Ay, qué precioso!
¡Qué bárbara! ¡Qué
That
hermano!
voice is
Sigan
beautiful.
cantándonos el video de esa canción, por favor.
Sí,
Hermosa, la amo.
yo también.
Ay, no, hasta siento el
Hasta como
corazón
que la
aquí.
Tiffany lo sintió. Esta es Tiffany.
So beautiful. Cantas precioso.
Ay, gracias.
Sí.
Qué hermosa voz tienes.
Precioso.
Thank you.
Thank
So,
you so much.
That's like a little simple song that I like. Hopefully that would help, when the kids want to go outside and just think about, start thinking about all the senses and what can you do with your senses, and how can you connect with yourself and with nature. So yeah, just like a couple of thoughts before finishing with the presentation and all that. I believe in music. I believe in the future generations. I believe that loving and caring about the planet makes you care about yourself and others. I believe that we can generate change. I believe that we can learn to listen to each other and help one another to find our voice. And I believe that we can be kind to our home, that we can be kind to the planet. So yeah, that's me, and that's the project that I have, and the way that I want to help the environment and future generations.
Well,
So
thank you so
And I
much.
believe you can do this.
And we're here to help in any shape or form too.
thank you, and I'm
We'll start singing your songs everywhere.
Yeah, I want to.
And I'm not even kidding.
Even though there's no more CDs. Paola, thank you so much. This was beautiful. Everything you said and all the work you're doing is beautiful. And please note that you have this group that supports you in every possible way.
Thank you so much.
You're not alone.
I really appreciate the invitation, and I'm so glad that you guys are in El Paso. I'm so glad that there's a wonderful community growing and that you guys are part of it. And yeah, let me know in any way that I can help you guys as well. And thank you so much for having me. I appreciate that.
No, thank you. And we'll wait. We will be waiting once that project is ready.
All right. Sounds good.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.